this is David75 Games. You're watching another Project 1999 EverQuest video. I am Terex, my Shadow Knight, currently in North Karana. There's a Griffin right in front of me, opportunistically there for me to get some experience, a little bit of experience anyways. I've been here for a few hours, and I'm actually hunting guards, but I just logged back in, so I'm going to have to break the guards up. And as for this Griffin, I assume that it's low level. It's probably the level 26, 7. So it should go down fairly fast without any trouble. These guards that I'm fighting are level 30, and I feign death pull when there's 2 of them up. But if I get it down right, I only really have to do that once. And then afterwards it's just single pulls, and I can easily take them down with single pulls. Now, I would have done a Crusaders test for the hero number 6 if I could have, but unfortunately I had kind of a nasty night last night trying to get everything done. I wrote down everything I need, and there's like a whole page of stuff. Basically, it breaks down to 3 items, 1 hammer, and the forge to put them all together. Deep inside down there, as far as you can go, pretty much. And the mobs I need to kill are level 33, so it's level 33 wizard. I'm level 35. It's just not going to happen. That's a death sentence. And I did go down there, and I found out. I didn't look till after I died once. It wasn't to the Clyde that I'm supposed to kill for the item. It was to, what was it? Okay, there was a group in there doing something for monk items. Now they pulled the train, and I think, okay, I'll just go ahead, past them, because I'm not. This is in the entrance area, so I went past them, dropped down, or right before the drop down area, there was like a slime and all the slimes I found out could see through invisible. So I figured, well, just one guy, I'll kill it. But then the train came back, and I thought the train was from the area ahead of me, and apparently about 4 or 5 mobs are from the room behind me, around the drop down area. And unfortunately I got hit with 6 guys, and I was feign deathing like a man trying to get it off, and it did go off, but it wasn't successful. I guess if they hit you after you cast it, then they know you're still alive, then they all keep on attacking, and I think that's what happened. So I didn't have much of a chance to survive that. So I lost 5%. I was at 25, went down to 20. Then on my way back, I just, because I had looked earlier that the one of the mobs, the blacksmith, is a 25 skeleton. So I think, okay, they're all late 20s, I can deal with it. But no, I looked up the actual Cly I need to kill. I need to kill 3 of them, and it wasn't going to happen. I want to do it alone as well. I used to go down there back in Classic, down to the depths of down there. Okay, so let's pull. Feign death pull. I need to level up. I think I need to be around level 40 before I can attempt that. Down there. So when you hit somebody, I noticed this, I don't know if it's with any damage or it's because I put a snare. The guard I hit with the snare stands around, turns around, and just kind of stands there for about 20 seconds. The guard that's untouched will wander back. I don't know how monks do it, because I see them wandering around separately. That guard's almost at the top. Okay, so let's hit this one again. You know, he's coming. He's snared. But that snare is going to drop soon. So I also like to throw on heat blood. And normally I'd be a little bit further before I turn around to fear. So it doesn't matter. Engulfing darkness is worn off, so my snare is worn off. I'm going to have to hit him with the snare as soon as he starts running. Or I can do it beforehand, doesn't matter. It saves me health, basically. It saves me hit points, fear kiting. Now I had a big issue last night with sound. I actually made the video, an hour-long video last night of me just getting experience. He's not snared, is he? Out in the over there, which is where I went to, and didn't get into a group until some time. I was getting a little frustrated. Couldn't get into a group in Frontier Mountains, even though there's a lot of people there. And they pulled the old we need a DPS more than a tank, so they put in a rogue. I had been advertising in Frontier Mountains, 35 SK looking for group, and then a rogue pops in a couple minutes later, or 5 minutes later, and he's like level 30 rogue with epic epic weapons, and all of a sudden somebody says come to Mountain Giant Fort. Assholes. Way to make my night even worse than it was. Yeah, I couldn't get a group either with my cleric. I took all the way back to Unrest after having him hang around at Highhold Keep, or the pass, Highhold Pass. Yeah, also don't hang around the front or the sides of them when they're wandering away from you, because they can repost. And let's see if he was actually doing that. No, but he did it like 3 or 4 reposts all on the same screen for me doing that earlier to a guard. And so yeah, get behind him. Go rogue like when... Okay, so is that a range? This kind of... Can't really use a pet because I would have to... Because I have to rest, and there's a few mobs, like especially greenies, that wander by. And my pet, I just have to keep conjuring it all the time, and that's like 25% mana to do so. So no thanks. Also, the reason I made a video last night and couldn't use it was because I've been having sound issues, quite severe. I have that new sound card patch, and everything has just changed. Screwed up my other game, Crusader Kings 2, as well. I had like 2 or 3 videos where it just... You could probably hardly hear what I'm saying over the music, and I didn't realize that was going on because I hadn't changed anything but the patch for the thing, so all the sound was different. Now, hoping the sound is coming up here fine, but whenever I was in combat in the video I made last night, you just couldn't hear anything I'm saying. I'd have to be yelling for you to hear over it. So I mean, I looked at the new thing. It's different. It's got like a totally new interface for the sound. It's Realtek onboard sound. And so I've been fooling around with it. I'm kind of frustrated that it's you either have headsets, or like it can't detect the headset going in, which is what I use to make videos, and then switch to what I have. It's either 5.1 for my surround speakers or headset. So I mean, I turned up the gain so you can hear my voice. I hope it's not overbearing. If not, I'll have to remake this video. So, yeah, Mr. Guard. I'd love to be able to use my pets here, but it's just too much. There's a hill giant that keeps wandering around too, right around where I am. And then there's griffins, not griffin, griffons. Not griffon. I don't know how to say it, just with an O. I had a video of griffins and guards before. But yeah, there's different kinds of griffins. And this one is about my level, or some of them are yellow. So there's the hill giant over there. And the hill giant is even to me, which means it would tear my head off and spit down my throat. So that's just not going to happen. I'd love to be able to fight it. Sarkis could take it down with his dots, if Sarkis was here. Oh, this one's blue. Doesn't matter. It's still going to destroy me. I take it somebody killed the last one. So I don't really see more than one hill giant wandering around. I've spent quite a few hours in this area. Yeah, so I had a bad night last night, and it didn't help with everything going wrong. The video I made in the end, you couldn't hear anything over combat. It was pretty frustrating. Okay, so I just come back and I rest, and see hill giant, I've got it targeted. Hit up hide. My hide I'm still using. I mean, I could just throw on invisible, but invisibility fades, especially when I'm here for hours and hours camping, and so now it's indifferent. It's conning indifference. So that means I've successfully hit. The only thing I can see through this are undead or some kind of high-level nasty mobs, which there aren't. I don't think there's either of those in this North Karana. Okay, so I need to kill like 3 guards for about 1%. It's 35, level 35, and it's a hell level. And yes, that could take days. I don't even know if you can do that in a 24-hour period. Maybe about 20 hours. Yeah, and at this level, being a tank, it's actually extra difficult because you're not a support. You need to... People view me as either a tank or a backup tank, and a backup tank is a luxury. So I think people would probably rather have a DPS over a backup tank, or even a second healer. And that makes sense. It really does. But in this case, like last night when I was running around looking for a group for probably a few hours with my cleric as well, I find that frustrating more than anything. Okay, well, let's look at what I can do at level 35 as a tank. Let's break it down. There's only a few places to go. Mistmore, which is always a gamble because, you know, I even showed a video about that. I couldn't get into the graveyard. I don't think I mentioned this before, but I went there a couple weeks ago and I waited for over an hour to get into a group that I was number 1 on the list. I sat right next to the group. It was at the castle entrance. Never got into it. The guy who invited me said, sorry, these people in my group are retards. They kept on over-polling, and they had a few... I don't know if they had a total group wipe, but they had a few people die, and this happened several times, and they never... I mean, I just couldn't hang around anymore. I had to go, and the group was... He said basically the group is ready to split anyway, so I'm like, ugh, what a waste of time. And the guy the cleric who put me on the list, he said he's really sorry about all that. It's not like it's his fault. Things happen in the game. And so there's Mistmore. Guards back up. So there's Mistmore. For grouping, there's Mistmore, and then there's Frontier Mountains. And if you're lucky, as a level 35 tank, if you can get in to a group in... I don't think I can see him from here. No. I'd rather... Yeah, because if I shoot my arrow, my bow's kind of useless. Let's wait for him to walk back to the front. Because shoot him with the bow, he runs down, and then I have to... Time recycles before I can hit him with the snare spell. So I actually have to run extra. I should have siphoned more life from that last kill. That's what happens when you comment on a video. It doesn't always go exactly how you would like it to go. Soko. He's 2 dots are on him. Sort of siphon strength, and then... Oh, he's resisted that one. I find that usually it's resisted about 30-40% of the time for siphon strength. Okay, so let's use fear. And shortly after I hit him up with fear, the snare will wear off. Just had to get him to run so far. Okay, so I have Mistmore. We have the over there. If you're, like I said, you're basically a backup tank because you cannot tank in the over there. Not around the Skyfire, you cannot do it because the mobs are basically all going to tear you up, and you would have to have a healer healing you so much. A lot of the tigers are red. They just... My experience last night kind of showed me I'm not ready for that. I think you need to be around level 38 before you can even consider that. Level 38 to 40 to be the main tank. Engulfing Darkness. Okay, so over there is really difficult to get in. If I went in earlier at Frontier Mountains, there's 2 other people, and they're both in their... One was Anon, I called it for group. The other one was 45, so obviously he's not going to be hunting giants. So that was out this morning. I can get... Yeah, Frontier Mountains and Mistmore are basically the only places at this level to get a group in the entire game. To solo is a different matter, but then you run into the pain of you know, how long it takes to get experience. There's also High-Hole keep killing guards, and I don't think that that's a very smart choice for me to do, to get around the side. Because I'm just 35, I'm a tank, it'll be the same idea as in the over there. Okay, so that's... I kind of don't want to do that at all. Even though I might be able to get away with it. But the other problem is a lot of the guards are up to level 35. So they said you can start doing it at 35. Which means if I don't get a group there, then it's off the table. However, North Karana and South Karana are about the most... this guard's back already? Okay, well, we're going to have to sit through it. Because I need to get higher. Again, I didn't siphon... Damn it. Not thinking. Consider who? Consider the guard. Okay, so, yeah. Down there is a pain in the ass. No one in the right mind wants to go there. There was a group of 3 people, 2 level 35s and a 40, and they kept getting chased out from the entrance. And, yeah, so not too many options, but South Karana actually has a lot other than the guards in North Karana to solo. I can go to the Centaurs, I can go, there's that 6-minute bard kill I could do. That's probably a little bit slow for me. The bard around the well. Then you can go to Splitpaw. Outside or inside? I think inside is better. Up to the doors, the double doors. I didn't want to do that. I've done that before, and I know I've done this probably just as long or longer. But at least this is guaranteed. I'm not going to get chased out if I do it smart, especially with using my little hide ability. It's kind of fun for me that if I need to step away, I don't have to feign death in order to not be dead when I come back. Just a little bit of a nicer thing to have. And my hide is 43. It caps out at 75. And I mean, it's not fantastic, but it helps in situations where you're camping like this. So what basically I'm trying to say is there are not too many options, and soloing is a real pain right now. One of the main reasons why I left originally back in Classic was because the inability to get experience. I love the idea of it taking a long time to level. Maybe not so much hell levels. I don't know why they're even in the game, but taking hell level out of the equation, I do like the idea of it taking longer to level up. So when you get to high levels, it feels like you actually earned your place. Unlike the old Republic, where you can get from level 1 to 2 in 5 minutes. Stupid, ridiculous. And the time it takes to get to level 20 in this game, you're basically maxed out in the old Republic, which is not... It's just... I don't know why they did that. People kept telling me, oh, because they want you to play the different storylines of the other classes, but whatever. I disagree with that. I do like how it is in EverQuest in that regard. I just don't like the feeling that I cannot get experience at all. That drives me crazy. So give me the challenge. Give me how, takes a long time to level up, but just don't deny me the ability to get experience at all. And that's what I faced a lot in Classic. And I would say half of it had to do with it being a PvP team server, because the lighties just denied the darkies a lot of places. How rude of them, but that's how it was. And having to search around for hours just to get in a group, especially a lot of classes can find it difficult to solo after 30. Yeah, frustrating. Like, why? Yeah, that doesn't need to be in the game. So if they had changed the mechanics of the game, so the mobs that are your level, they're soloable, present them a bit of with a bit of a challenge, like say with each of the guard. That's the guards that I'm fighting should be my level. That, if you ask me, they should. The difficulty isn't to take one down. That's how he should be my level. So he should be a 35 mob, and I should get the experience from that 35 mob. That's my opinion. That's it. That would change the entire game. It would be just completely changed. People could solo all the way to the end. Take them a hell of a long time to do it, but so be it. I know it's an MMO, but I run into people who solo all the way to their 50s or 60 all the time. That's just what people do, especially if they can't get into groups. I mean, this game is all about getting into a group, really. Group mechanics are really important, and you have to rely on each other. Unfortunately, sometimes just getting into a group to get experience, it can be almost like a game in and of itself. So I don't agree with that. I think that's where in my opinion, that's the real failure of the game. If it has a failure, that's it. The mobs should not scale up in difficulty above you to the extent that they do. Yeah, because I think anything above level 56 is impossible to solo for anybody. What can they do? They can do a whole bunch of things. They can summon you. They can do complete heals, crap like that. It's just you can't solo something like that. And he resisted the fear. Oh well. But that being the case, with my limited time to play, I gotta make sure there's no griffin or hill giant around me. My limited time to play, hunting around for experience, and it's more difficult the higher you go, right? So, and the fact that it takes more experience to get to the levels, which I'm not complaining about, it's just part of the game. For me personally, though, in my life, especially I'm about to have my second child in about a month and a week, maybe a month and a half. 26th of September is the date, but it could come earlier. It's currently, whoa, what's that dude? Some bard running really fast. It's currently the 13th today of August, I think. Yeah, so almost 2 weeks. It's difficult for me, toss in, you know, to get to the ability to show you guys something that I wanted to show you, because it takes so much longer to level up to the next level, and being a Shadow Knight doesn't help either. But it is the class, my choice. I'm losing a lot of health unnecessarily. So I'm gonna have to siphon this guy for all I can. Come on. Okay, so no more hitting, no more hitting, no more hitting. It's a little frustrating. Sometimes like right there, what was that? It's not just the animation, because I've actually seen auto attack is off, and then I do a slash after for like 50 points, and that's 50 points I can't siphon. I've seen that happen lots. I don't know, that's some kind of error in the game. And that I would probably put on the Project 99 team over the raw engine. So half the time or more they have fine steel weapons, so I like to pick those up. And I can get a bit of gold, or a plat. I mean, whew, I have about over 150 plat just from that, and I came out with absolutely nothing. I paid my last gold, literally, to get me out here. Now I'm going to have to rest for a little while. This guard is already up. They spawn fast. It all comes faster because I'm right here commentating. Okay, so let's try to hide. Yeah, so it's more difficult for me to get in a position to make the videos for you guys. It's not like doing a Dragon Age video where as soon as I load it up I can just start recording. And unless you just want to see me sitting here soloing mobs half the time and talking every once in a while, I mean, it's just, I mean, that's probably what it's like to stream. But no, no, I've got to do something. I've got to kind of make the videos entertaining. And that's where I'm going to try to plug in my guides that I plan to do. I'm going to do one for each of the cities. There's maybe for some of the zones, Unrest is very popular. Just showing you what's what. There won't be combat or anything. I mean, I remember what Super Bits and Bob was saying. This won't be around forever. And perhaps having a guide showing what Kelethin or Neriak or Ogok was like is something you might want to see a few years down the road. And my own personal memories of each zone. I don't have much experience with a few of the zones in the game, but like namely the Erudite city. I don't remember what it's called. It's not Paynail. I think that's the Shadow Knight / Necromancer part. I don't know if you start there though. I just never tried it. But what are the other cities? Rivervale? I've never set foot in their newbie zone. That could be a lot of fun. But supposedly the best newbie zone in the game, actually, up to level 12. The guards are close by, all the mobs are spread apart, and there's plenty of mobs. So might be fun to try that one day. I just have an issue with hobbits. they are hobbits, what halfling is. I just never really liked them because I equate them with being druids, and I don't like druids. I'll never play a druid. And that goes back to how much they used to harass people back on the team server. If you weren't a lady, they were just all. If you're getting attacked from out of the blue, it's most of the time I found it was a druid going solo. So when I did get a chance to get in and kill them, taking them by surprise is probably half the battle. Especially if my snare lands, they're screwed. Yeah. So I always did it with extreme prejudice, I would take druids down. I just could not stand them. Running up in their stupid wolf forms and throwing snare, then dots on you. But anyway, that's enough about that. I'm going to kill this one guard, and I'm going to move on so I'm not just staying here and, you know, doing not much. So I think I can do it now. 80% is about good for one. Dot him up. Resisted heat blood. Siphon strength. I don't like going here because this roadway is like on a direct path of a griffin that likes to go by. And I actually had to move out of the way earlier, so I'd rather go this way, even though the hill giant, which I haven't seen around for a while, used to path right along here. I could throw another heat blood. Hopefully it'll stick this time. Yes. That fear didn't really help me that much because I hardly hit it. Getting in some good hits now. Yeah, their shield's worth a plat, and if they have fine steel weapons, it's worth over 5 plat. So I like, and the gypsy camp is literally right there to go sell, and they're all indifferent to Iksar. So I didn't know that at first when I first started Iksar. I know as Sarkis, my shaman, I'd wander around everywhere, invisible. Well, yeah, invisible, and I'd be very wary of any NPCs. Seem to have a real bias against us Iksar. To run. One, okay, another hit. He's running. Okay, I'm gonna siphon life draw. Another one. So I hope this music isn't too loud. It was pretty loud. You couldn't hear what I was saying last night. But I've changed it, obviously. I brought it down. Yeah, a rusty short sword. I've had bad luck with fine steel this time around. So, yeah, I'm overburdened now. Probably full of shields. So let's go over the gypsy camp. And I love my circlet of shadow. No point. I was just doing it to show it off. No point of using it right now. And the gypsies are very accepting of us Iksar. Usually trade with her. Okay, so it's almost 2 plat for the shields. Yeah, 5 plat, 1 gold for the fine steel short sword. Well, I guess I'm getting overburdened a lot with coin. Over 750 silver doesn't help, and I'm going to destroy that. 7 plat down the drain. Almost 8. But we need the room. That's freed up a lot of weight for me. I'm back to 85. I never throw away gold, but gold and plat I do keep. Okay, so I'm going to go from here. And I'm going to go south. And we're going to go to the Centaurs. And that's something I actually haven't done before. They're indifferent. You can, like, kill them. I'm sure they'll support each other like the Aviacs if one's under attack. But then you can sell to them right there too, which is really cool. So I'll be back once I'm there and rested up. I've turned my music off. I didn't know... I don't understand what's going on with the options. Like if you look, everything was at 5%. If I turn anything up, it just gets so bloody loud. Maybe I have to fool around with the sound options more. But yeah, there's a group here. And at the Centaur, so I don't think that I can really show anything, but it looks like Fabin is I mean, he's red to me. He's running around power leveling the greeny guys. Morris is blue, but Hudats and Gearmaster are both green. So he's thinking about logging. Where the heck would he be? He'd have to be... It's almost 4 p.m. here, so yeah, he's in Europe. 8 hours ahead. But there's Centaur coursers at 35, and is there a charger? I think there's something called a charger. That looks too small. It's Archer. The only thing I'm not really sure about, like, you come in here, here's a charger. Like, if you were to attack that, would the other charger aggro on you because they're so close? And then if you go out, I mean, I don't think there's any wanderers. I could be wrong, other than the low-level greenies. I don't know. But it says it's good for between level 34 and 36 in the guides, the level guides. This is a little bit more open. Like, there's a courser here. And there's a courser there. So they are somewhat close. I think that they would both come if I was to attack one. I do know they help each other, though. There's some mobs in the game that don't. I don't know why. Certain ones, like certain insects, I think, won't help each other, but then other insects will. And undead will always help each other. It's like a free-for-all if one of them knows another one's been fighting. But, yeah, I don't know. I went through here before, but that was a couple levels ago, and I was kind of looking at these guys. But I don't know. It's not much different than the guards. I'm not sure what... Like, these are the guys you can trade with. These two named ones. Ulan Meadow Green and Shekhern Meadow Green. But I'm definitely not going to get a level 36 during this video, so... there's these guys, and then... I don't know when he's going to go. It could be half an hour from now, and it's not very conducive for the video. So, okay, so let's head... That's northwest. We want to head west. So basically what I'm saying is, in the time it takes to get out a video, because I have to level up, sometimes a level or two, and it gets more and more difficult to do that between when you get higher levels. So with my time getting even worse, yeah, it just, no. I love talking to people. If you see me in the game, give me a shout and I'll talk with you. That's how I met Needs More Buffs and a bunch of other people that I've talked to in the last year. I've been playing for about a year now. And, okay, well, here's the... I could do the 6-minute bard diet. That's another thing here, right here at the well. And then just kind of like the south... Yeah, I think it's right south from the well is Splitpaw, and then south from that is the Aviac City, which I have no use for now. I've leveled up to. I mean, the Aviac Avocets are still blue to me because they're around level 28, 29, 30. I'm 35. That's about an 8-9 level spread, I think. I think it's 8 levels. Once you hit 40, I think it goes up a level or two. So if you're... or maybe it's not 1 level. So if you're 40, you can still get XP from something that's 31. Okay, so this is... Is this him? No, he's not the guy. It's this other guy here. This guy, Valen Nostrillo, who does not like me at all. He would definitely attack me. But I've spent quite a few hours here. It's not too great for like a Shadow Knight if you're decently geared, because you're gonna have a lot of downtime. That's why I like to have 2 mobs, like the 2 guards, and they're about the same level as this guy too. So I just don't see the point. He resisted the siphon. Okay, let's throw on Heat Blood. And then Fear. So I've turned the music off because it's just too loud. And I'm not sure what I need to do to get it to work right, but yeah. So also, like, in the hours that I need to prepare for a video, like, if it takes several days for me to level up, and I put in between, like, 2 to 6 hours in each day of my time, I can make like 20 Dragon Age videos in that time, so that's why I've been making so many of them. It's just seems like a more efficient use of my time, but like I said, my goal is to put one out a week, but unfortunately that will have to change once my child is born. I mean, unless I want to have my wife strangle me, so I'm thinking maybe once every 2 weeks, or even just put it off for a month altogether. And then slowly get back into it. Not really by choice. I mean, when my son was born, he's 3 now, everything was kind of, for the first few months, kind of haywire. But now I know what to expect and what we do. Still don't know what it is, boy or girl. We're going to leave that up to the day the child is born. Okay, siphon life draw more. Yeah, it'd be nice to get to level 49, and then even in the 50s, your life drain turns into beasts. Like, it's just awesome. Like, I think, I'm not sure how far they get up to level 60, but they turn into like quests and drops. So it's not like it's really easy to get. And unfortunately, I missed out on that. I got to level 48 back in Classic. I never got to 49. But yeah, when Velius comes out, there's also 3 different factions you can side with, and each one has armor sets for Shadow Knight. I assume that the same thing for all the classes. That's absolutely awesome. And each one has different stats. Like, I looked at the giant one, it's like plus 15 strength, and there's dex, and there's some hit points and mana, and then some resistances, and then the same thing, like the dragon one might have like plus 9 strength. They're just different. I'm not sure who to go for, because I've never done that. I barely set foot in Velius when it launched. I quit shortly after that. But, well, no, I shouldn't say quit shortly after that. I probably played for another 6 months. I just never bothered. I was just trying to get up to a level. So yeah, I didn't quit right after that. Because it came out December of 2000, and I quit around the middle of 2001. Yeah, it was probably around June that I quit, and I know I got into Anarchy Online, which I was really hoping for. It was the only sci-fi game out, it's an MMO, and unfortunately it was so buggy, like, compared to EverQuest. Like, you walk through the cities, and it's just the frame rate would drop to, like, 1. I think sometimes it would pause for, like, a minute or 2 before you actually see any movement. It was just, it was god-awful. I think I got better as it went. I just upgraded my computer in '99, so yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Why it was so slow? It just wasn't optimized properly, I suppose. So yeah, 6-minute bard diet. Like I said, it's every 6 minutes he'll spawn. This other guy, I assume he's a bard, but he's not on the same faction. But he's got like a mandolin. So his name is even Boehner Swiftsong. He's indifferent, and I'm not hiding or anything. So he's always indifferent, won't attack, but he's red. And there's a nasty paladin. I'm a little bit of anxiety now, because the paladin killed me and I couldn't get away from it. I assume the paladin is around level 30. It may not be so difficult now, because I was level 32, 33 when I encountered him. He roots you, and that's also when my feign death was crap. I wasn't able to use it. I tried using it a few times, it failed. And in between his attacks, he heals himself. It's like there's this constant heals going on him, and then he does a full lay on hands. So I just couldn't deal with it at level 32, 33. So yeah, I tried running, but he kept on rooting me. Tried running till I had enough mana for feign death, and he got me in the end. I was near the bridge. I was like probably 20 seconds before I got over the hill to see the bridge in South Karana, to go to North Karana. The bastard. But I'll be putting out Dragon Age videos. I'm very much looking forward to Dragon Age Inquisition coming out this November. It used to be October, but they postponed it for about a month and 2 weeks, which is good for me, because I don't have to put out so many Dragon Age videos. And I'm doing the role-playing aspect, like I'm playing from my character's perspective, and if that interests you, go and watch them, give it a view. I have a lot of fun doing it, and I finished the main campaign just about a week ago. And then there's the various DLC, then there's the Awakening expansion, then I have Dragon Age 2 coming out after that, and I'm going to be playing all through that. And I play from my character's perspective. I don't make voices or anything, but Dragon Age 2 is fully voiced, so I won't be voicing that one. But I will be talking about the character's perspective, why they made the choices they did, and what, if any, why it's difficult to make some of the choices that I do. And despite some of the screw-ups with Dragon Age 2, I still really like the series. I have all the books as well. I mean, the one that just came out is actually surprisingly very well written. It's from a different author, but the other books are all written from the guy, David Gator. He did Baldur's Gate 2. He got in the team, BioWare team for Baldur's Gate 2, and he's done a lot of writing for the fantasy side of BioWare in the last 15 years, or 14 years. I think he joined around 99, after Baldur's Gate had, the first one had come out. But yeah, I think he's got talent. Writing was a little bit of a hurdle for him to get, like, writing a novel, and I know that myself because I've written a couple myself. And yeah, it's a whole different, it's difficult. Lots to juggle in your head as you're writing. So I know what that's like. Centaur Archer. There's no centaurs that wander around that are really worth anything past, say, late 20s. You just won't get any experience off of them. So they're just greenies. And it's actually good to come around level 20 but to South Karana, but I think you do need a group. I would recommend it. Just because there's so many wandering mobs. But 20 to 25 is really good, and then you come back at 30 for the Aviac Avosets, or 32 or whatever, and they're a great experience as well. Man, has it been 6 minutes yet? I think it should be. See, I'm at 100%, so I'm doing nothing. If there was another mob to pull, I would. So he'll pop up when he feels like it, I guess. But yeah, Dragon Age is just easier on me. This game gets to the point where it feels like it's work to do so much leveling up just for you guys to watch. And let me tell you, it's a lot easier to watch somebody play it than to work on their characters in order to make a video, at least a themed video, that will come out half decent and enjoyable. Keep on moving between hits. Looking for more for Birdtown. The guy's level 20, unfortunately. There's nothing there, even if... I mean, you could duo all the Avosets under 30, between 30 and 35. That could be fun. And there's quite a lot of Avosets, actually, and that could screw you up in your group. I don't know if we were ever able to take out Avosets around early 20s. I think the group that I had, this is going back almost a year, kind of avoided them. We were able to take down Harriers, though, and they're late 20s, I think. 26, 27. So I was here with my Ranger way back then. Hey, come on. Hit. Yeah, so while I'm out soloing to level up, that's a great time for anyone to start chatting with me. He's resisted fear. So I don't mind in those cases. The times that I can't chat is when I'm grouped and making a video. Especially if I'm healing, it's just, no. I have to say I'm too busy to talk, but that's rare, actually, for me. And I don't get on every day of the week. I probably get on 2-3 days, depending on what's going on in my life. If I'm not sick, my son was sick just over 2 weeks ago with a fever, throwing up, and then he was sick at the beginning of the week with a fever, throwing up. So, yeah, that's just what happens when you have kids. They get sick a lot, especially if they're exposed to a lot of other kids, like my son is. probably life draw. And unfortunately, with my limited time, I mean, I could keep on playing this game, but, you know, just because of my time, I would have to... What is that? It must be a bard pulling something. I really don't know what I'm seeing. Did he... Is it maybe a bard that... Why are they running from him now? Oh, he's spinning, so obviously he's not there. It means he's not there. You're seeing like a glitch. He's probably running ahead of him. Yeah, I just... With my limited time, I would prefer to have a more casual, friendly MMO. But then again, you get to endgame, then there's really nothing much more to show. So it's... I don't know. It gets hard for me to, at higher levels especially, because I don't have the time to put in, and then what do I show you guys? Like, oh, here I am, I missed more. Video number 12. So, you know, yeah, it's just... I don't know. I mean, I want to show you guys something at least half exciting. Unfortunately, this video is going to be all about just me trying to get experience in the Karanas. I don't really want to hang around for another one. I wonder if I can head back. Let's put on my invisible. Head back straight east. See if that guy's west. No, we don't. We want to go east. I always get confused around this area. Oh, I could go to Splitpaw. Actually, let's do that. That's more exciting. I think that's north. It's the wrong way. Splitpaw is like south. Maybe I'll run into that guy again. He'll be inside. Don't touch my mobs. I'll call the GM on you. I could go a who all. It's Splitpaw. One moment. I'll bring the video back when I get there. It's who all paw to find out who's inside there. So there's a 35 paladin and a 31 enchanter. It's not really good if I want to have my way. But I don't know. That might not be an issue. Somebody is killing these guys out here. Like I said, that looks like a monk. I'm not going to bother taking this. Like I said, like there's even mobs on the other side too. So, Stoflar. The GMs don't particularly care about camping rights. I think that they try to stay out of that. It's kill stealing, that's what they do go after. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I think that's what they stand by. I'd have to look up what the GMs intervene with. Okay, so if there's nothing in here, I can always try going back to the Centaurs, because I think that little dude has left the zone, the little gnome. Okay, so these mobs are taken. So are these. For all I know, it's a Wrecking Ball Paladin with awesome gear. He could be. I don't really think so, though. That looks like bronze on him. For being 35. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what weapon it is. Can they? I think Woodsman's Staff is just for rangers. Yeah, he's basically got this locked down. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm obviously not gonna go past the double doors. That's insane. Okay, so Splitpaw is a bust. It's starting to turn out like my last night. My night last night. And I'll have to head back to Centaurs because, you know, in South Karana, there's really, as far as I know, there's nothing else that I could be doing. First thing I did kill when I got in the Karanas, though, was a treant. But I don't think... I mean, there are treants. I don't really have any desire to go over there. They're kind of a pain in the butt, even though the treant I killed just damn well fell really fast. To my onslaught. Okay, so let's northeast. Okay, so I'll stop and restart after I kill some centaurs. So I'm back. Nobody was here when I got here, and then suddenly I see this unfaithful monk. He's a monk. His name is Unfaithful. Run in and just start pulling mobs from the area. I already killed one and I was resting for the next. I think what it is, this gear master guy is paying someone to power level him. See, like he feigns death at the end. It's kind of ignorant. I mean, he sees somebody else here, yet they'll just keep doing it anyways. That's another issue I won't mind leaving behind when I stop playing this game. People and their power leveling. But yeah, I don't know if it's the greatest place. I mean, they do hit pretty hard. And I had even a greenie on me. He was hitting me for quite good behind. I mean, he hit me for 40 plus, occasionally stunning me here and there as I was killing or fearing the blue. I don't know if this is the greatest place. It might be good to duel. If there was like a couple level 30s, it could be a really good spot. There's an Avocet over there. Go kill that. At least we know there won't be too many problems with that guy. Okay. Oh, interrupted. Throw fear on it and then chase it behind. Works very well. I could go toe-to-toe with these Avocets if I wanted to. Yeah, no, I just don't understand the mentality behind people who power level. They just run in and grab everything, even if there's already people there. I've seen them go into dungeons, and there's a bunch of newbies at the beginning, like in Kerns, and then they'll be like, "I'm sorry, but I'm power leveling this guy, and we're taking everything from the dungeon. So what are you supposed to do?" You know, like that's just so ignorant. Power leveling, I certainly could do without. That's my son upstairs. Probably hear it clearly because there's nothing but the crickets in the background. So, yeah. So I'm going to call the video here, guys. There's really nothing more that I could do. So thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.